You're not really. He's a heartbeat love. I know who he is. He's calling morning. He's calling late at night. My God is able. He'll make everything alright. He'll give you joy, bring peace and beauty time. Don't worry about nothing. He'll bring, he'll bring, he'll bring you out. Oh, yes, God will. He'll do it again. When I was sinning, I said I will. He healed my body. And right now I feel. If you want to know what I feel, I tell you my God is real. He'll do it again. He'll do it again. 'Cause he's on it morning. He's on late at night. My God is able. He'll make everything alright. He'll give you joy, bring peace and confusion down. Don't worry about nothing. He'll bring. Welcome back to Raw. What's going on, some Warriors? We're back one on one with Markese Bryant, my nephew, and we're gonna continue our journey. And just, just share, brother. How you doing today?
Um, it's been a good day so far. I guess I haven't really done anything today. So
Oh, okay, down in that homework, you doing your work. I see you in
yeah,
the dorm room. So,
all my stuff is done. So I'm just
wow.
gonna rest. Yep.
Okay, all right. Well, it's good to see you. You sound happy. You sound alive, and how you been making out? Again, we always just keep up on you. I know, you know, you we're well within a month, over a month into your new life now in college. So is
Yeah.
it still adjusting?
Yeah. Everything's good.
Okay, okay. Meeting new friends, anything different this week?
Not really.
Okay, all right. Well, you seem happy. You seem happy, unless your smile is fooling me. Okay. Uh, well, to continue the journey of if those of you who are watching us, if you haven't seen the first two episodes with Marquise, he's on a journey where he's conquering some fears and some things, struggles, challenges that we are working through. He's helping me, and I'm learning from him to continue to um, work through it. Work through it. Don't give up. Everybody have challenges. Everybody has struggles, but it's your outcome. The outcome is how you think. And if you can have positive and some good thinking through it, you can make it. And having that support team system in place. So, Marcus, what you got for me this week? What's
Um,
the journey is today? What we continuing?
Jeremy, I don't know. I got some questions. Um, if you
Uh
want to
oh.
start, I'll start.
Uh oh. I'll let you start. I'm gonna be on the block.
It's just general questions. That's it. Just
Okay.
something to talk about.
Okay.
But um, one I got here is um, what's the hardest lesson you've learned so far?
In my life,
Yeah.
um, the hardest lesson that I've learned that not being me and allowing myself to be a people pleaser. The lesson that I learned out of that regardless of what If you're not satisfied with who you are, you'll keep on um, being a people pleaser. And I struggle with that. I didn't know that at first that I was people pleasing. I always changed who I was to try to fit in. And that was a hard lesson because at the end of the day, some of them people went on and I was struggling, not accomplishing what I wanted in life.
Hmm. Um,
What else?
I would say like around the same thing. I won't say I'm a people pleaser, but I do want people to like me, and that has been always a struggle. And I never had a problem saying no to people. I never had that problem. It's just that sometimes I want to see other people happy. I want to see them striving. That I also kind of push people to do stuff that they don't want to do. Always trying to help people, help them grow, and help that doing that. And sometimes they don't want to do that,
Okay.
and kind of I get upset about that. And it's like I can't control what other people do, what other you know.
That's, yeah, I think I learned how to start saying no probably about 5 years ago. Out of my whole life because I just didn't want to let people down or it wasn't so much of yeah it was that it was to see them happy or didn't want to let them down, so I'll let myself down to make you happy, and that was a hard lesson for me too. Yeah.
All right. Another question. Do you think people can truly change, or do they just adapt and in a way hide their real selves?
I think that can be a two-way question. There are some people, I can say myself, that genuinely have changed, that have to make changes. But then there's things that I adapt to. Um, yeah, I don't like it or it's not who I am, but I can adapt to an atmosphere or adapt to your way, especially like I was in relationships that, yeah, I adapted to a lot of things that yeah, wasn't me, but it didn't hurt me. I knew how to be okay and still be me, but I can adapt to a I can adapt to an atmosphere. I can adapt to things, and then there's some things I just change. Like I'm not doing that. I have to do something different. So I think for me it's a two-part question. Yes and no. Um, adapt to some things, and then some things I truly have changed. But I just don't think everything you adapt to has to be bad. If that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
if it don't hurt me, I can adapt to a situation. But if it's going to take me out of my character or who I am or what I don't like, then I think I need to change. But
Yeah.
I have done both. I have adapted, and then there's some things I have changed.
Um, I think that your personality is your personality. I think that you can't just up and change it. Is that a big thing about me is that I'm a lot, and I'm a lot, and then once I get comfortable with somebody, um I joke a lot. I do a lot of joking, and sometimes people take that in a different way. That if I'm mean and up like that, I had a situation at my old job that it got kind of, I guess, lost in communication. Thought I was being mean, but that I'm just naturally friendly. I like to joke a lot and we play back and forth. And that I thought that's what it was, and it wasn't. So I understand that sometimes my personality can be a lot for people, and they don't quite understand. But it's all about a communication, and
Okay.
that I don't think people can truly change because it's their personality. It's just certain parts. I feel like it doesn't change. It just like you become more aware of it, and you don't do it as often. That's why
So
that's it.
your personality, you saying you like to be friendly, or what
Yeah.
is your
So,
personality? What is the personality?
my personality is that like at first everybody thinks I'm shy. I'm not shy. I just like I don't do unnecessary talking. I just don't talk just to talk. Is that like if we're not friends, we're not cool. I'm not saying anything to you. No need to say anything. No like, but like if you start with me and I think no, okay, I take everything as a joke. I'll just say that. I take everything's a joke. Everything. I'm not saying like serious situations. I take seriously, but like if we're going back and forth, we're joking and like making jokes. I think it's a joke. So then we'll go back and forth, and if you're engaging with me and we're doing like going back and forth, I think it's a joke. And like my personality is that like I'm not saying I'm not shy. I'm not outgoing, but I'm in the middle of the point. Like if I'm comfortable with you, then we're always gonna have a good time. I'm always saying jokes. We're always having fun. And that some people don't quite understand that, and then they think that I'm being mean in a way, and I'm not. I don't have no ill intent. I'm just like that's just who I am.
So you have some uh mean jokes.
Um, they're
What
not mean.
what kind of jokes you have, Marquis?
They're not mean. I'm not saying am I being mean. Is like I'm saying like when I use example. So at my job, right,
Hmm.
at my old job, that there was a situation, right. So it was this boy, right. He was 15, right. He just started working there, and then he started popping his a little bit, right. So I think that we was joking, right. So I go back and forth. I engage. I joke back and forth, and you do a bid, right? So that goes on for a couple months, and then the last day I was working there, me and him were working together. He was just giving me attitude, unnecessary attitude the whole night. I'm telling him to do stuff because I'm 18, he's 15. And I've been there for 2.5 years, and he just been there for a couple months. So I'm trying to show him to do it. Like I've done everything there. I know how to do everything. So he made it seem like I didn't know what I was doing, right? So he was giving me unnecessary attitude, unnecessary sass, and just like, and I'm like, we're getting backed up. So I don't know. I start talking to him I'm being serious, and that's sometimes I get that too. That like people don't know when I'm serious and when I'm joking, but I was being so serious. I'm saying like we're getting backed up, and you should do your job, and that's it. And then he started popping. He started being mean, popping it. And I'm like, I I'm a type of person. I don't get angry fast, but if you keep on doing something, I'm going to get aggravated. So I walked away because although it's my last day, I don't want to touch a little kid. I don't want to put my hands on a 15-year-old because that's not who I am. I'm not an aggressive person. But he's just pushing buttons like he just wants to be an adult so badly that it turned into an event that it no need. At the end of the day, he found out that he didn't like me. So because of my
But,
personality, because the way I
but
act.
2 months, y'all
Hmm?
used to go back and. But you saying y'all been going back and forth 2 months
I want to go
joking.
back and forth. I thought it was joking. I thought it was joking. So maybe for him in his mind, it was something different.
But
So
what did you take it where he was saying something back to you? Did you thought it was he was just being.
yeah, I thought we're just going back and
Oh,
forth.
okay.
And I took it how it is because that's how I am, and I found out that he didn't like me because of my personality, right? So I couldn't blame him for feeling that way, especially because he's 15. If it was different, it would be different if he was my age and didn't say nothing. He's 15. All right, it is what it is. But if I was still working there, we definitely had a conversation about it. But now it don't matter because like I'm not there anymore. But that's an example of like I can be a lot, and it's just like some people don't know how to deal with it.
But you never seen no signs of that he had a problem with it.
Um,
Like if you look back now,
not
the
me looking back, not really until that day, because again,
Okay.
It was just joking. It
Okay.
was just joking, and that's what we do. Like everybody calls it's a bid. Like we're bidding, we're going back and forth. Like we make fun of each other, you know.
Oh,
So that's what I was thinking.
okay.
So
So was when you okay, now you said something else just now. You say making fun of each other. So was it what was the joke? Like give me something that he would say about you that you
on him, just the usual that I'm fat, my stuttering is that and third. So yeah, so
oh.
I'm taking it as a joke. So then we going back and forth.
So then you said something like that to him.
Yeah,
Was he fat?
not as much, like probably like about his age and stuff like that. That's probably it.
Oh,
I don't like, you know what I'm saying. I don't go that far. I never do. It's just
okay.
that I'm so
Or
used
maybe he had a problem
to.
he couldn't express it. You were saying something about his
That's
age.
what it is. I think maybe I, that's probably what it is.
So what would be the difference um now that you this happened, just saying just take this incident. You said that you can't change your personality. So what would you do different? And because you didn't know that it was offending him.
Um,
So do you just still be who you are and hopefully that somebody will say this is not what I like if they don't say something?
like I normally tone it down, right? So for like with my friends, we joke. We at the end of the day, we know our character and we know our people. I think that we jumped into that too fast, and we wasn't even friends first.
I got you. Got you. That's why I said that. So that would be something different that you would become friend first before you do that to
Just
somebody that you
tone it
don't
down,
like.
like yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a solution because you probably won't know is nothing and then you won't know by you not knowing him and not being his friend, maybe something in the joke reminded him of something somebody did to him or said to him instead of saying, I would um I don't like that joke or that's not funny to me. He just let it keep on going. Like you could deal with a fat joke because that's your personality. But somebody else, if you would tease them or well, whatever that word you said, I know y'all got words. When you say bidding, whatever, you don't know how someone feel about what you say if you don't know them. So maybe that'd be something. But you said adapt or
Yeah,
change. So
I
what would
didn't.
you adapt to?
I didn't. I was saying I didn't understand it until somebody else told me from an outsider point of view.
Okay.
I think it's not. I want to say adapting or changing. It's just toning it down a little bit.
Okay.
Just not being so aggressive and so out there with it. Then just because at the point it's about working. It's about
Okay.
getting my job done. And that's it. I didn't. The thing is that I didn't start with him. That's that's the different thing. I didn't start with him. He started with me.
Oh, with the
So
joke, with the jokes and stuff.
yes, I
Oh,
don't. I don't say I don't go out my way to say anything to nobody at
oh,
all. I go there, do my job, and that's it. I go home. Unless
okay.
you know what I'm saying, unless it's with my coworkers, but he's like I'm saying, I was a prep cook, he was a server. All he has to do is pick up the tray and go. That's it.
Oh,
So
wow.
he went out his way to do that. And then you know what I'm saying, all went downhill. So it is what it is.
So let me ask you this: was for him to start that with you? Was it being friendly, or was he trying? What was his intent of starting with doing
Everybody
that?
is different. So it's hard to read on what it is.
Wow.
So I thought we were just joking.
Oh, okay.
It's like
You ready to
because
say if somebody I meet as my coworker or somebody I didn't know and they start calling me fat and I don't know
it
you,
didn't start with that though. It,
what
it
that's what
didn't.
I'm asking, what did it start with?
I don't quite remember, but I don't. It didn't start
It
with
didn't
that.
start with that. Okay. All right. But y'all got comfortable enough that it led to that. He got comfortable enough to say something about you being fat.
I suppose.
Wow. Okay. And then 2 months later, on your last day, you found out he didn't even like you.
It,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I think a lesson learned for me just hearing this is that uh yeah, uh, if I'm not friends with you or we're not tight like that, I guess I just probably wouldn't even say nothing to you because you just don't know. But now it makes me think, even if we would start off good, why did it even go that far?
it was unnecessary, unnecessary
Unnecessary.
drama for no reason, especially because we're not even there for that reason at all.
Okay.
We're there to get the work done, and even if he was upset about that, is we're there to get the work done. That's it. Put that aside, and if there was a come say something. Don't like he's like a wannabe gangster, and I hate that because you're not about it. You're not about it. He said
Oh,
he. I remember he said he gonna smack me. That's what he said.
so
So
y'all was on the job. Y'all was on the job carrying on.
that's he
Oh,
said that day he said he was gonna smack me. So
oh.
I chose to walk away because
Well, that
I
was a good thing.
those are fighting words, and if I put my hands on him, it'd be my fault because I'm older and I didn't want to do
Well,
that.
it's okay. You keep saying about the age.
Hmm.
That's a good thing that you uh, recognize that you're older, but it's rather older or younger. That's a line crossed that somebody said they want to put their hands on you, whether you young or old. That's what I commend you on, that you thought about it enough to walk away. Some people, if he would have said that to the wrong person, it would have been a fight. Then everybody probably would have been fired or whatever the discipline or more than that. But um, even in the stance that you took to walk away from something, that's great because a lot of people can't. Because if he would have said that to the wrong person, and I'm not saying you're not the wrong person, but you had a head to think, let me walk away because this situation get ready to get out of hand. So that's what we can tell people here, that there might be situations that come up and you can be friends or you can be doing something for a while. But if the situation escalate to that someone is offended or if it's like that, somebody got to be the bigger picture, bigger person. I'm sorry. So even if you was younger, what if he was 18 and he was 15, you was 15. Some 15 years old or some younger people still have a head. So I don't know if it's so much of your age or how you was thinking. And that's a good thing, that let's walk away before we get a problem. But sometimes you never, like I said, you can't read people or don't know. But he should have, yeah, maybe he should have said something earlier that he had a problem with you, but it should have stopped then. But sometimes people let things go and then things be building up. Then the last result is, here we go. We want to start, I slap you or whatever that is. A lot of people got hurt like that, Marquise. Um, these people today is carrying weapons. They'll come back. I've heard of even at schools, on school ground, they having fights, and or on the playground playing basketball, and something like this would lead to someone leaving and go get a weapon. So I'm glad that your head prevailed. That you thought bigger, but that's a deep question right there. For me, how do you know when you're offending somebody and they just go on with it? You don't even like me, but you just sit there and keep on going.
Yeah.
But then you said, we're here for a job. Regardless of what we're feeling or what's going on, we still have a job to do. That's another good point. You didn't let that keep you from, you was on the job. Let's put our differences and pettiness aside. We still have work. So that's something else a lot of people can't, when once they get mad, they just give up everything. You can't stop in the middle and be on a job. Somebody walk away, get yourself together, let's come back. We still got something to do. So that was cool. That was, I like that what you said. Okay. What's your next question?
All right. Um, uh, what does healing mean to you?
Mm. You should have prepped me for these questions. No, I'm just
There's
joking.
no need for prep.
What do it mean to me? Healing means to me confronting whatever it is that's um okay. So if we're talking about uh something that bothers me or something that is I need to get over, I need to heal from, I think it's progressive. I don't think for me it means work toward it. Um Sometimes healing don't mean that it's over. It don't mean I forgot. It doesn't mean that I don't feel it. It's a work in progress to heal. Confront whatever that is that I'm sick from and understand that it didn't happen in a day. It didn't it didn't get this way overnight. So it's a journey to healing. Um yeah, just like if you have a sore or something happened to you and you're recovering, you're healing, it you could still see everything. Like if you had, a scab, or if you could see the scar and everything else, but it could still be healing, but you still see it. You can still feel it. I'm still putting medicine on it. I probably have to do a lot of things, bandage it, but it is I'm going toward being healed. So healing to me means go toward whatever that confront whatever it is and get in the process of that journey to healing, to be healed. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people like, I want to be healed, but they don't want the process of it. You broke your leg and you want it to be together tomorrow, back to normal. It don't work like that. It's going to be you got to go through a lot of steps in healing. Long as you in the process and working toward that, that's what it means to me. It's not done. It's not over, but I recognize it and I get in the process toward that thing. But you got to do something for healing. You can't just want to be healed if something's wrong and you don't confront it or do something about it.
yeah. Uh, I agree. I think it's about work. It's about a patience. It's
Hmm.
just being along for the journey and accepting that this is the journey that we have to be on.
Hmm.
I think for me, healing is having confidence. I think that's the overall for me
Hmm.
is that most of my problems come from the lack of confidence of confidence. You
Hmm.
know, yesterday I did a speech like for my speech class, and it didn't go the way I wanted it to go,
Okay.
but I got feedback from my a professor, and he told me one thing. He said lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence.
Um, he said that as soon as I started to stutter, I gave up.
Okay.
And when he said that, it really made me think that he's right. That if I had a little more confidence, I had a little more pride, um, I can do better overall in life, and that's what I need to work on, and that I say that's what I need to work on and just improve on, and just accept that um that if I don't have confidence, it's about just fake it till you make it. Just and I've been doing that, just trying to fake it until I make it. Just act like I'm confident, walk like you're confident, and that's the way that you gain it back is by acting like you have it.
So I heard someone said, "Do it if you have to do it afraid." I guess that's the term, fake it till you make it. But you're not faking it. You're you're on a journey. I understand what you're saying. So yeah, I'm gonna do it even I do it. I'm gonna do it even if I don't have the confidence. I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna keep on walking. So then in the term, fake it till you make it. But do it if you have to do it afraid. Take it and go right back at it. I don't know. You got to speak again. Whatever. Don't give. Don't give up. Get the and I think you build the confidence by you had someone again. There was somebody in your corner, your professor, and then show back up. You already know what was it. Intimidation, like you said, something brings on your stuttering. Sometime was it new people? What was just an episode you just had?
I think it is just the pressure of failing. The the pressure of failing makes me fail. And
Okay.
I understand that because I have to do it in front of class. I realize like sometimes my legs start to shake, so I'm so nervous, and it's like the fear of fail makes me fail, and it's
Mhm.
like I have to get out of that and start imagining winning, imagining doing better to do better.
Okay. What is your preparation for uh okay, so when I told you I suffer with fear of even being in front of people. Well, you said you don't mind talk, but I used to hate it. I I could stand behind a wall and talk. Don't put me in front of people. But someone told me one time to practice in front of a mirror, talk to myself. I never thought that can be so hard. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I was even scared. I was even fearful of talking to myself. I was like, okay, this is new for me. It sounded like this was going to be something easy for me to stand in the mirror and just rehearse. I found that more fearful than standing in front of a person, but I kept doing it. So I'm curious to what do you have anything that you practice or your regiment of routine before you even do? Do you like talk to yourself or you just show up?
Um, I I normally I go over it a lot of times. I try to memorize as much as possible, so it's off the dome more likely to come out smoothly.
Okay.
Um, I tried the mirror thing. I just have to try it more and more and more. But like I think is different for me because when I'm by myself, I don't really stutter. With I'm with my family, I don't really stutter. Is different.
Yeah.
So it's harder to get that raw. How to explain it? Like just just the raw of doing a speech in front of other people
Other
that
people.
may not be your friends. Like when I'm with my friends and my family and by myself is no stutter. I went over that speech several times and didn't stutter. It's just it's different when you're up there and like you can't quite replicate it
Okay.
the same way.
Yeah. So is it different every time when you start like you 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 know you stutter get ready to stutter or you're stuttering. Is it something you could say to yourself at that moment or once you do it it just goes?
It's it just it gets overwhelming.
Overwhelming. Okay.
I just want it to be over.
Okay. So
So
do you think the next time maybe since you know that you just want to be over, you don't want to fail, maybe the next time think about that in that moment if you can. Maybe that will help. It's not over right now, Marquise. I got to get through this. Maybe talking to yourself at the or take a break in that moment. I mean, I know you're talking now. You're not in front of nobody now, but you think just sometimes changing your method of thinking why you're doing it. I don't know what the practice can be. I don't know if they have anything that you could just go practice in front of people that you don't know. Like I used to do karaoke. Just go in front of strangers and play my guitar or sing to help me. They wasn't my family, they wasn't my friends. It was just people that came to the club and I did that. I don't know if you have somewhere you can just go practice. in front of raw people. So is that something? No.
I have no idea.
Uh,
No.
I hear what you said. I can do. You could do it in front of your family. Okay. You could do it in front of your friends. Okay. It's just different people. But I didn't know if it was some kind of place to go do spoken word at maybe maybe think see if that's something that you're interested in. Just going somewhere and just doing stuff in front of people.
Yeah.
Only thing I can think of, I knew the karaoke was because I was in the music and stuff like that, and I had to face that fear because it was. I mean, once you get to shaking or nothing, and then my thing was I cry. So when I got nervous, I couldn't talk or whatever. I just started crying for no reason. It was for a reason, but it was because that's how it worked on me. So then I couldn't gather myself back together because now I'm crying. It wasn't that little cry; it was that cry that you get the hiccups. It was like okay, and you can't even explain it. And I know people probably look at me, what is she crying? But that was my reaction to what happened, a failing or couldn't get it together. So I had to walk on off because I couldn't even stop crying. So maybe it's something like karaoke or something to find some kind of wait. You say you tried the mirror,
Um, I tried it a couple times. I just gotta,
but that's by yourself, though, right?
yeah, I gotta try harder. I,
Okay.
I think that's all it is. Just try to. I have to do it twice as hard as everybody else, and I
Yeah.
have to like, accept that and just improve.
So do you know when it's coming up that you're going to have to do a speech or
Yeah.
okay. Okay. And how often is that?
Um, I got two more speeches, so the next one probably won't be for another couple of weeks. But like I have to do. I have to. I have to write it and do all the research and stuff.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Well, yeah. I know about confidence. I hear you, but sometimes practice on something, sometimes it'll build a confidence too. Like you said, it's all right doing it in front of family or people you know, but maybe I don't know if anything around there like a karaoke or something somewhere you can just go practice that, just speaking in front of people. Uh, to, try to find something that will help you.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Are you more driven by fear or passion?
Mm. Okay. Explain that to me.
I can
I
answer.
I don't yeah, I let you because I don't know what even know what I have a
Yeah.
passion. Yeah.
Just your music. Are you cooking? Um. Um.
What would be the fear? And
Fear.
if you say you're driven by fear, what exactly that mean?
Fear. Is that like you do like you don't do something because you're scared of what's gonna happen? Like which like your stage fright. That you want to go do the karaoke and stuff and to get over that fear of doing it.
There's a lot of things I do because of my fear to try to get over it. Um, okay, so I'm I don't know if it's all of it. So I have a fear of flying. So I went and got on the air. I went again on a trip to try to conquer it, but it didn't work.
What happened?
The flight was bad.
Oh,
I'm scared of the.
You still did it though.
I did it. That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't. I I do a lot of things because of my fear. I would try. I would do it. I would try. I would at least. Um. I do cooking because it's my passion. Um, I think I have more fears though than passion. I have a lot of fears. Uh, yeah. If I start naming all my fears, some of them I don't try to conquer either. I I I I, I was in the military, Navy. Navy's around water.
Mhm.
I have a fear of water, swimming, all that. So, and I had to conquer that because I had to before in boot camp. Before you go to week 6, I had to get in a pool of 9 feet, and then a diving board was 17 feet because that's the lowest on the deck of a ship. So if something happened out in the sea, you gotta jump and get in the water or whatever it do, and you have to at least know how to float, you know, to save yourself. So I can be driven to do a lot of things because of fear. I don't know if I'm answering the question right. It's
It don't matter.
yeah, yeah, I'm driven by a lot of to do a lot of things because of my fear, and I have things that I'm passionate about. Music is one, and cooking. I think that's only two things that I go at it because it's my passion. Love it.
Um, I talked about it before. I think I'm more driven by fear. Uh, I stopped doing a lot of things because of fear. I think why I stopped playing sports in the first place because of fear of not being enough, not doing it right. Um, I think that's also fair too, just not being enough for anybody is yeah. Um no when it comes to
Is it anything that you so you think that way all the time that you're just not good enough, or is it just some things?
um it's a lot of the time. I
Mm,
think um I think that's mostly why like I'm not looking for like a girlfriend right now, is that like um I don't want to feel, paranoid about that too. Is that it's already hard enough, and I'm trying to find a way to get over that. And it's hard. It's just always feeling like that. It takes like a toll. It makes you feel like exhausted.
yeah,
Like um, not being able just to go outside and feel like somebody's watching you, or just doing stuff that you like, and it's like you feel a constant glare. Um, I don't like when it comes to clubs and sports. It's always fun. It's like I don't want to do it. I don't know if it's because of this or because I generally don't care. I just don't want to do it. My parents want me to go do clubs and stuff like that, and it's like for me, I just I just don't want to do it. It's just it doesn't. It becomes for me like a chore,
okay,
and it becomes like something I have to do than something that is just fun. I want to do. I want to have fun. It just becomes more of a chore than anything.
okay, okay. So, have you ever like just went to therapy or something that to work on just that part of being paranoid or what it is? Because maybe it's taken just to see why. Do you know why you feel that way? That that's been all your life to feel just be
I don't
paranoid.
I don't think it's all my life. It's I think it's most because of high school and the stuff that happened. You
Mhm,
know, of the bullying is
mhm.
that it was like it was on the bus, it was in school. It's like felt like I never had a spot just to be there, and became part of me in my brain that everybody is trying to get at you. You
Yes.
know, I lost some friends because they talked about me behind my back, and that's also part of it.
Hmm.
Is that like I never know when someone's actually thinking about me, and that's what the problem is.
Okay. So your auntie, I went to therapy when I went into the military. I say that because coming up, it was always thought of that if you went to see a therapist, there's something wrong with you, like
Yeah.
really bad. But it was something wrong with me. So I had to get out of my thinking of this is bad because I need help. Things happened to me and I did things to people. And I couldn't get no better to my self-esteem. Like like we said, confidence. The self-esteem need to be built up to even tackle the real issue. So these things happen to you. The bullying, all that stuff. Is I'm not good enough, or if you really gonna be you really my friend, or is it just it's justified? You justify think that it because it happened. But until I think that you build your self esteem up to say I am good enough, regardless if you don't think I'm good enough. But I'm not the expert on this. I just know I had they made me first build my confidence and build my self-esteem up. Then it wouldn't be a, a worry about what somebody else thought. I'm just sharing that. Maybe it's somewhere to go to build up whatever you need to build yourself up. That this happened. Not saying nothing about what happened because it didn't happen and it took an effect. But until you start feeling because you're already talking about it, so you get net up out of it. You're talking about things that happen. So that was one thing I had to do is talk about things that happen. But the steps that and it's not something that you do overnight. Like I say, everything's what you said too. It's a journey. But building your self esteem and your confidence up is is vital.
Hmm.
And whatever that path is to build yourself up. Because before you can move on to someone else or a girlfriend or with or friends or whatever, if you don't feel good about Marquise, if I don't feel good about Jackie, I'll be you know that puppet. People be pulling you on the string. You just you be going with everybody. Whoever pull the string, that's what you be. But when you confidence about who you are, so I'm as we just talking, I think the journey would be let's find some kind of way that we can build our self-esteem up and build our confidence up to be okay with who we are. I give you a situation that might not even mean nothing with what you're saying, but Auntie play music.
Hmm.
Well, I learned by ear. I couldn't do the class. I told grandma, would be your great grandmother, I told her I had a comprehension problem, right? And I recognized this I might have been in seventh grade. I can learn more by seeing it. Um, you demonstrate it on the job training.
Same.
That's but she kept telling me you can do it. I'm telling you I can't. I had a problem with going to the music school. I can play everything that they gave me, but it was through my ear. If you showed me, I can do it. But if you gave me the book, I couldn't. To this day, I have people that talk to me and show me how to do things that I'm doing because the book is just fear. I don't know what it is, but I was honest about it. But she kept saying, "Oh, don't blame that. Don't say it." Mom, don't tell me I got an issue. So until I had to do things different than others. So what I did was I surround myself with people who built me up, knowing my deficiency, knowing what I said. So when you see us go out to sing with your grandmother, you always see musicians around me. But I pick those who know my issue. So I had to get over that fear. I had to tell you that I can't do this, whatever it is. So they take their time and show me. So it's about it's about building up your confidence. Like I went to play for a couple churches and I couldn't explain to them that having that camera on me, it was it was it's like what you said, somebody staring at me, somebody I already have a problem with playing that I don't know what I'm doing. But now my focus is on now I'm paranoid because it's this. But if somebody don't know your problem or your issue, and if you don't build your self-esteem up, people would never you'll go through life with this, with this about everything. So my suggestion was saying, let us build our confidence, like the person, your mom, your dad tell you, build. We got to do everything for us to build us up because people, the world is cruel, people's mean, people don't understand who we are with this con- challenge or struggle that we're going through. So that's what I would say.
Yep.
I don't know why I was saying all that because it probably ain't had nothing to do with the question, but that's okay. It's just if I'm fueled by fear, I'm facing my fears, but building my confidence up in it and and still face it because I'm challenged every day with fear. And I step out there and do it, just do it anyway. Just keep on. Some days I fail, some days I feel good, some days like I'm starting back over from the beginning. I'm hiding, I'm running. I turn down stuff because I already feel anxiety before I even get there. It's crazy. But
Yeah.
recognizing that, but build yourself, get somewhere. If it mean counseling, whatever that is, and start building your self esteem up. I'm good enough. I am. I'm Markese. I'm Jackie. We can do this. If you don't feel good about yourself, then we'll be puppets on every situation. You don't know who's going to talk. This ain't good. I have played with some people that like looking at me like, "What is that you play?" I mean, things people have said cruel things to me. Like, we need to find somebody to play. I don't know what you playing. Already had no confidence. It just took one thing or one person or something to go wrong. Then I go back into my shell. So building my confidence up is the only thing that's going to help me because you don't know how many people you're going to get that's in our corner. You got your uh, s- um, support system, your mother, your dad, you got your sister, you got family, you got friends, but everybody in the support system. What you gonna do? Get in that mirror and tell Marquise, this is what we're gonna do. Yeah.
All right. I think this is the last question I have, but how do you deal with how do you deal with a regret?
How do I deal with it? Um, okay.
I can answer first if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, I think that um
Give me a scenario of what you regretted and then how you deal with it. Give me something that you regret.
I was about to say that I don't regret anything. I think that everything I've done It's something I can learn from. I don't need to regret anything
Okay.
because that made me into a better person, into a better human being in person in general. I don't regret anything because I think everything happens for a reason, and it's something to be learned from and something to accept. I don't regret anything in my life.
Okay. So let me speak to someone who might do regret and don't have that mindset, because I haven't had that mindset about everything. Some things I do regret. I will give you a scenario of give you one of my things that I regret. I regret not speaking up about my insecurity because you told me not to. So say like I say, Marquise, I have a fear of this. And you say, don't say that. You don't have no fear of that.
But you learn from that.
I
You,
did
you
learn from everything, but my regret is that if I would have if I could have told people or did something different to not feel like me telling my truth was bad. I don't know if I'm making sense.
yeah.
I didn't say a lot of things in my life because I was made to feel like it's not worth talking about. Just deal with it. And I feel that I could have got a lot of help more by telling you my truth. So even though it was a learning experience and I learned from everything that happened, but if I would tell someone else, I think that's a regret that I have, that I allow others to control my thinking in my mind of what I wanted to do. So even though I learned from it, I regret that because I had to go through a lot of things unnecessary. So when I'm talking to people today, I'll tell them, tell your truth and get the proper help. So that's a regret I do have. I have, I regret not being authentic. It's, after I told you something, then and grandma, but I keep calling her grandma, but it's your great grandma.
Honestly,
She had a lot of confidence and faith, but some of the things as me being a young person and a child, I didn't understand she was trying to build me. So it, I went through a lot of things because of it. If I tell her something that bothered me, I ain't like people picking on me in school. And back in our day, Marquise, if somebody talk about your mother, those fighting words. I don't know what y'all think is today. Somebody say, like if you somebody say your mom, Jackie, we gonna fight. And she kept saying to me, those people don't know me. Why you keep fighting over me? You don't have to fight. They don't. But she didn't know what it meant to me, and I understood what she was saying. So then it made me feel like what was important to me, you're telling me that it's not. Crazy, right? But she was telling me the truth. They don't know me. Why are you fighting every day over that? It's not worth it. But what I heard is you telling me who's important to me is not. So I stopped. I stopped doing a lot of things because of what you said to me. Let me tell you, even if I don't fight or don't get in trouble or whatever, don't tell me not to say it. Hear me out and then tell me the right way. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
Let me express myself. So I regret not expressing even what I felt. So I held a lot of things in that I had to get help from because you say don't say it. You don't even want to hear it. So I went through a lot because I was holding stuff in.
Yeah, I think my mindset is like that. Yeah, I don't have the confidence now, or
Mhm.
I haven't lost the weight yet now, but that in the future is going to happen. So I don't regret anything that happened in the past. It's in the past. I leave it there and it dies. I let I dwell on the future and what it can be, so I can't regret anything that happened in the past.
Mhm.
As is lead me to my future and lead me towards a better life. It leads me to a better things. So I
You
can't.
always thought of it like that? You always thought like that?
I have to.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't think that way, but that's how you. That's your makeup to think like that.
That's how I survive. That's
Okay.
how I
Okay.
thrive to be better. Is in the future is going to get better. In the future, I have things looking up for me,
Okay.
so I can't regret the things I've done, the things I've said. The- I I can't regret that stuff because it is leading me somewhere where I can be happy and confident and just joyful. I can't I can't regret that. I just can't.
Okay. That's a good thing, man. That's a good um. It's a good way to think, but you need to really speak to people. You know, they need to hear this because a lot of people just regret everything and they let it get a hold. They don't look at the future. They don't look at it as being a stepping tool. They don't look at it as that helped me to get where I am and thank God that that happened to me because now I can see better. A lot of people don't even think that way. So that is something that glad you're sharing that they can turn it around to think positive. Take everything that happened and use it as a stepping tool. That I'm that happened, but I'm moving on to think better and that my future is bright. We was talking about a couple I don't know if it's the last episode, how people if they don't think like this lead to suicide, this lead to going into depression because they can't think, they regret everything and they can't think ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good thinking, man. I didn't think, I mean, I'm just telling you my truth. I didn't think that way. Now I'm okay, but at your age, that ain't what I thought. And not only regretting, I was blaming. I was mad. I thought you could have, they could have did better in helping me in my situation. So I wasn't I wasn't looking forward to the future. I never gave up. I never had a suicide attempt or a thought. I didn't get that bad. But yeah, so that's a positive thing to tell people. Think ahead. You going somewhere.
Yeah, I'm also thinking that like if all that stuff happened sooner, I'll be a completely different person, and I like the person I am now. I would
Okay.
say that if I had changed sooner, life would be different for me, and I, I like where I'm at now and where I'm going to be. So I just think that it all happened for a reason. I can't regret stuff
Yeah.
that I've done.
Yeah.
I can always be sorry about it. I can always be upset about it. Yeah, I can't regret it.
Okay. I got you. Got you. Y'all hear that? This is some nuggets. This is some gems that he's putting out there that could help you grow and keep it moving. He says he's not regretting what happened because he looks back at it as it was a stepping stone to where he's at. He's happy of who he is today. If you said if I had came out sooner, I would have missed the lesson. That's good, nephew. I wish you was around to talk to me when I was younger. Uh, I tell you all the time. I say this is the reason I started the podcast. This is why I talk to people because I went through so much unnecessary stuff. If somebody, there's people struggling just with thinking positive. There's people who don't have self-esteem. There's people who don't have confidence. They got fear. They got struggles, and they can't even think positive. So someone who went through it and is on the other side that overcame, that's why I reach back and talk. I'm thankful that you've given me this opportunity to spread more to help people, even though we're walking through our journey, but just hearing these positive things, somebody sitting in your seat and sitting where you are today, that's thinking another way, you're giving them something else positive to think about. I'm saying thank you. And thank you for spending an hour with me on Saturdays, one on one with Marquise to give back. And I really appreciate that. So I'm not going to hold up no more of your time. I know, um, young man, 18, you got a car sitting outside, you probably waiting. You know, I have all my nieces and nephews. They don't tell me everything, so I understand. I've been young before too. Okay.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
You said, "Dang, what I was thinking about, Auntie." But I'll let you have the last word. So whatever you want to leave somebody with, it's always the encouragement part of Marquise Corner.
Um, just want to say, I just love yourself.
You don't say it a lot, but I see it's more in you. I can see it through your forehead.
I don't. Um, I don't really have anything else. I just like just love yourself, accept yourself. Stop caring what people think. Although it's very hard not to, but you have to do what's best for you. Um, Understand that there's gonna be people out there that's gonna root for your downfall, but you have to prosper. You have to keep on going because God has a plan. God wants to succeed. He doesn't want you to give up. He he tests me a lot. I see that, and sometimes I fail the test. That's only human, but you have to see the test on what it is because he's always trying to teach you a lesson. He's always trying to make you a better person. So you just you just gotta improve. That's all you can do in life is improve and improve and improve.
Wow. Well, there you have it. That's my nephew. That's conquering and challenging himself and others. That it's not over. Life is not over. As long as you have breath in your body, there's a chance for improvement. And with God, you can do all things. So stay prayerful, stay connected, keep God first, and walk the journey out because it's not over.
Uh,
Um,
I want to do a scripture. I want to do a little every time we do this. I want to do like a scripture of the day. Actually,
okay. So
hold on.
we'll now have the scripture of the day from Marquise.
Hold on. Verse of the day. Hold on, it's loading. Matthew verse 8. For everyone who had who, for everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to be one who knocks, the door will be open. That is Matthew chapter 7 verse 8.
Thank you. Matthew chapter 7, verse 8 is the scripture for today from Marquise. Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You really don't know how much this means to me. Um, that you're growing and you. you're making a difference in someone's life, and keep on going. And whatever you got to do to conquer that next speaking engagement, hold on to that scripture, and God's going to help you because you're putting the best. You're putting your faith to work. You believe, and you're still moving. Love you, man.
Love you too.
Yeah. How's I forgot to ask you. How's Madison and Malia?
Are they doing well?
Okay, I know they're missing you.
Yep.
Okay. Well, he has two younger sisters, as we told you in the first episode, that is their first year, well, first couple months of him being away. But they're gonna be okay. Still got mom and dad with them. So we thank you, man. And until next time,
Yep.
with one on one with Markese, we're gonna let his grandmother take us out of here with God will do it again. I'll talk to you later.
See y'all.